Okay. That welt on Joanna's head, she's starting to look like one of those aliens from Star Trek, like with that thing on her forehead. She's starting to look like this dude right here. Look at that. Look at that thing on her head. Man, her forehead is bad.
I'm looking a little bit like a rhinoceros.
Scary. Yeah, welcome to the show. It is the best of 2020 in MMA. Tonight we'll tell you what our fighter of the year picks will be, our fight of the year. We're also going to look ahead to 2021. Conor McGregor is coming up on the next pay-per-view. Khamzat has the COVID, and so much more coming up in the world of MMA. We are back. It's Ringside Report MMA, and it starts right now. Hey, ho. Hey now, guys. What's up, dudes?
Cheerios,
Hey.
boys.
That was a good sip, AJ, yeah?
What happened?
Well, we could hear AJ take a sip, man. It sounded good.
Lucky I wasn't burping or anything, man. Dave, you gotta let us know when we're live, man. What the hell?
You need to be a professional.
No. Dave's gotta let us know when we're live, man, because
You
I
should
do a lot
know.
of weird shit before the show, man.
It's
like,
know.
like soccer players have a ritual and MMA fighters have a ritual. I got my ritual, man.
Let's listen to the ritual again. Yeah, there you go. Real big slurp out of that. Like, listen to me take a sip of my coffee, AJ. Listen to the lack of sound.
It's creepy, dude.
There was no...
What about me?
There was a little slurp there, Fred.
Bill,
I heard a
that
little
sounds
slurp.
like a big gulp.
It was a bit of a
little
slurp.
slurp, man.
Yeah, I went for a big
slurp.
big one.
It's kind of reflective of like maybe your sexual life there. I like it slurpy.
What are you slurping on, bro? What are you talking about? What are
Not
we
much,
talking
man.
about?
Not much.
All right.
After 2020 and a kid, not much.
Wow, it's been quite a year, and AJ's coming off like just booming. It feels like we haven't been together in so long. We haven't done one of these shows in so long. Last week we were off because it was Christmas. We're back this week. Normally we'd be on Thursday nights. We're on here every Thursday at 8 o'clock. But because tomorrow's New Year's Eve, we decided to jump on a day early and do the best of 2020, give you our last thoughts on MMA for the year. And, AJ wasn't on the show a few weeks ago. Of course, sad news for AJ's family. And, AJ, we love you. We love your family. And I got to see you, actually got to see the whole family at Christmas. That was really cool. I dropped by AJ's house at Christmas. This is the difference between...
man.
This is the difference between the welcome that I get. We'll talk about MMA here in a minute. We'll give you our fight of the year. There's all sorts of news. Anthony Pettis signed with the PFL. Jake Paul is scared of Ben Askren. And I've got some amazing news for Fred. Like, Fred, I have two bits of news here that's going down in January for the UFC that is going to get you so hyped and make you so happy you won't know what to do with yourself. So get ready for some tremendous UFC news that I have for you coming up here, Fred. But I just want to give you a little taste of my life. So Christmas morning, I have gifts for Freddie and Freddie I already saw. I gave Freddie his Christmas gift earlier. I had a Christmas gift for Johnny North, little Johnny, and little AJ, right? And they both live in the NDG neighborhood, so I was able to make the trip Christmas morning. Roads are empty. I take a trip. I go to Johnny's place, okay? I go to Johnny's place. I'm outside John's. I called him on the phone. No answer. I figure it's 10 o'clock in the morning, Christmas morning. I know he's home. What's he doing? He's not working. So I text him. So I text him. I said, "Oh, are you home?" He says, "Oh, I'm on the phone already." I said, "Oh, well, I've got a gift for you here for Christmas." And he's like, "Well," and I don't even think he responded to that. I think I left it on his doorstep, and I took a picture, and I left because that's what he did to me. He brought me a Christmas present. This is how Johnny brought me my Christmas gift. He brought me a tremendous Christmas gift, the new Zelda game. It's very cool. Very fun.
Wow, cool,
right?
man.
Yeah, Johnny got me a new Nintendo game, so he's an awesome guy for that. Johnny's the man. But how he did it was I got a text on my phone, and it's my front door, my mailbox. It's a text from Johnny, and it's just a picture of my front door, okay? And I'm like, well, what's going on? So I go downstairs. Johnny's nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, John, I have something for you. You could have stayed. He's like, oh, I'm already on the metro. He was already on his way back by the time he sent me the thing. I don't know. He doesn't want to see me or something. It was a strange move. So then I go to his place, and I try to see Johnny. Johnny doesn't come to the door, so I just leave the picture. I text him the picture. I'm like, well, there's a gift for you there. A little Randy Orton T-shirt for him because I know he loves Randy. So I left that for him, right? AJ, I go to AJ's house. I ring the doorbell. AJ comes downstairs, okay?
I didn't know who the hell's coming that early in the morning on
AJ's
Christmas
kids
Day.
come down. AJ's girlfriend comes down. AJ rings the doorbell next door. His mom pops out. His sister pops out. The whole family was there. It was fantastic. It was and they were all AJ's
Listen,
family.
you don't get to see a Jewish Santa all the time, so this is something that you need to take a picture of.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's Christmas Day, and who's the first guy knocking on your door delivering
Santa Claus.
gifts?
Santa
David?
Dave. Yeah.
Santa David? You know what I mean? The Jewish Santa was at the door, first guy ever. I was like, what the hell, man? I'm lucky I even came. Did I come down with my underwear? I can't even remember.
No. You were wearing shorts, though, I think, which I was like, how high do you have your heat on in your house? You're wearing shorts. What is going on? So it was just the difference, contrast between going to Johnny's and dropping off a gift. Couldn't even see Johnny. I go to AJ's, drop off a gift. The whole family comes out. It was lovely. Johnny North, of course, will be with me. We are doing a show Friday night. We took last week off because it was Christmas, but Friday night it'll be New Year's Day night, so it's not really anything, So we're doing a show 10 o'clock after SmackDown Wrestling Uncensored, so you'll be able to catch our pro wrestling thoughts on Friday night. We'll be back for a live episode of Wrestling Uncensored. Yeah. Fun. You guys have a good Christmas? Everything was good?
Listen, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, listen, Dave, man, thank you very much. And Freddie, man, thank you very much. This year, I couldn't get to anyone. I didn't get anybody anything because of the circumstances. But I'll make it up for 2021. Believe me. And I'm going to tell you something. Dave, as the president, CEO, and the big honcho, big cheese, or whatever you want to call yourself, of Ringside Report, you're the best. Because you know what? Not even Joe Rogan will drive on Christmas and deliver gifts. But Dave Simon did, and that's the cool thing of working with Ringside Report. So Dave, and people are probably wondering, what the hell did Dave get you as a gift? Dave got me, I know there's some guys that are on there, I know Yukon is going to laugh on this, and maybe Franco, but Dave got me the Adidas Italia soccer jersey, man, their practice jersey, and which is amazing, man, and I haven't seen anything like that. So Dave, thumbs up, man.
I actually...
You know who's going to win the Euro, Freddie? I was going to wear it.
Why aren't you wearing it?
I told you about that shirt months ago, and you forgot about it. Hey, AJ, I bought that for you months ago. I told you that I saw this really cool Italia Adidas, authentic shirt, and you were like, oh, buy it for me, get it for me. So I did, and then I just saved it. I saved it for Christmas. I've had it for months for you, buddy.
They want to see it? Okay, I'm going to go get it. I'll be back.
You deserve it, AJ. You're a good man. You're a good man. And Freddie,
No. You guys are the best.
You guys
Fred,
are great.
Dave, Johnny. And I'm going to tell you with Johnny, the reason why Johnny's not answering or coming to the door is because Johnny's going to get arrested at some point. He's going to get arrested. I know it. It's going to happen. He's going to be caught with that spy cam because Johnny is so afraid of COVID. He's on a rampage. I'm sure Legault's going to get his hitman after Johnny because every picture Johnny takes of someone not wearing a mask or whatnot, he sends it to Legault.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this shit's going to blow out, man. It's going to get crazy.
Didn't the mayor of Montreal block Johnny on Instagram?
Apparently so. Johnny's...
I think so.
Well, you know what? It's good for the ratings, bud. It's
what,
good for the
over
ratings.
that?
Once the mayor knows about Ringside. Yeah.
Because he takes pictures of people in the subway, in the metro trains without masks on, and then he tags the mayor, he tags the premier. So I think the mayor blocked him at some point. I'm pretty sure the mayor blocked Johnny, which is kind of messed up, really.
Listen, you mess with Johnny, you mess with the Ringside Report crew and universe. That means we're not voting you next time, man.
Damn
no way, Jose.
Damn right. Getting you out of there.
Don't mess with Johnny, man.
Shout out to Jason Pete on the chat. He says, hey, everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. Happy holidays to you,
guys.
Jason. Happy holidays to all of our members, especially. We love you all. Thank you for joining the team, becoming a member of the Ringside Report Network. Jason Pete, I know we have a bunch of new members. Kyle joined up. Antoinette is a member. Jason, of course. Our buddy Patrick C. Hamilton. Very much appreciate everybody becoming a member. I see Matthew the Magician says, Dave, I love your stream. Well, thank you, Matthew. Become a member.
Hey.
Support the stream so we could continue doing more magic for you, baby. More
Hey,
magic.
Dave, I see John Simon said, I heard that Dave was a nice guy somewhere.
I'm nice to him.
Is that your
I'm
dad?
nice that's my dad. I'm nice
Hey,
to
listen,
him. He
tell
knows
your
I'm nice
dad,
to
man.
him.
Yes, and I hope you wished him the happy birthday that I asked you to tell him, because under the circumstances, I couldn't give him a big kiss. But I guarantee you, in 2021, Papa Simon, I'm coming to give you a wet one.
Oh, he's not going to like that. He's not going to like that one bit. I don't think I would like that either, AJ.
Hey,
Freddie,
listen, if it wasn't for Papa Simon, this show wouldn't be around, man.
Freddie, good Christmas? You have a good
We gotta
time?
give him the
Everything good?
kudos.
I mean, pretty normal. Went to the zoo with the family. That was fun.
What?
Yeah.
Winter Zoo. Yeah, Granby
Isn't
Zoo.
that
That was
closed?
fun. No, they got a nice section open, and it's even better, I'll tell you, because like they got these big rocks that heat up, and all the tigers, they all like go on it to sleep, so you see the animals perfectly. It was
Wow.
very fun.
You can see
Yeah,
tigers?
but what kind of animals are in the snow, man?
What is
Siberian
going on?
tigers, man. Siberian tigers,
What?
man. Whatever.
What
It
just
was.
happened to our video?
I'm not sure, man.
What's
Hold on.
happening there?
Oh, it's all right. I just saw us go
But
a
yeah,
little
there was
wonky. I was like,
tigers, cheetahs, a bunch of stuff, man. Bears. I saw a bunch of stuff, man. It was super fun.
Yeah, the bears I can
other
understand.
than
but
that
the
was-
cheetahs, man, I'm sure
other
they're
than-
frozen.
Nah, man. There's cheetahs in cold countries, man. Come on, man. And other than
Man, I
that,
watched
thanks,
a lot
Dave,
of
for
things. I
the
didn't see no snow
snacks.
there.
Yeah, Fred?
Of course, man.
Snacks?
Thanks for the snacks, man. They were
Oh.
great. Loved it. Those
Oh, yeah?
super
Did you like
sour
it?
gummy bears. Like those super sour gummy bears. Like I like my sour stuff. Like honestly, it was very good, but it wasn't that super sour. Like
Oh, no?
I went through that bag very quickly.
Okay.
But it was great. I'm always down for gummy bears.
How are those
Oreos,
Oreos?
like-
They were like, what were they? Raspberry, blueberry Oreos?
I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah?
They were okay,
Yeah.
but I'm not an Oreo guy. I'm more of
Ah.
a Chips Ahoy guy.
Okay.
No.
So like
Freddie,
I'm not an Oreo
come on,
guy.
man.
Yeah, I'm more of a Chips Ahoy.
What
guy.
about the chips,
But yeah,
though?
they were okay, man.
The cucumber Lays?
That's the only thing I
Oof,
haven't.
that's
ate yet.
nasty.
You haven't tried that yet?
I gotta.
Come on.
No, I gotta
That's
eat them.
disgusting.
I think
But
they're good.
Listen, man.
I've heard that
the
they're
Her-
good.
You know,
The
I
have
Hershey
the biggest
Roulet
finish.
Swiss
chips.
was great.
The what?
The Hershey Roulet Swiss there, you
Oh,
know, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Swiss,
It's good?
Swiss roll. Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, I got Fred some exotic snacks for Christmas. I got him like because I know Freddie, he likes candy, he likes snacks, baby. You got to get him some cool shit. So I got him some exotic
Listen, man,
snacks from like different countries.
listen, I got a big beef with chips, and I'm going to tell you something because I'm a big supporter of Miss
Beef
Vicky's. Because
with
me and Miss
chips.
Vicky, we had, a long time ago, we were like close. But I'm going to tell you something.
You had sexual
Chips
relations
are
with
not
Miss
meant to
Vicky,
be-
the chips?
I told you that a long time ago. Not the sexual relation
Right.
part. The fact that it's a long story.
You
but
once
anyways,
fucked a bag of
listen.
chips.
An old bag of chips. But I'm going to tell you something. Chips are only meant to be three things: plain, vinegar, and barbecue. Anything other than that, when I see like ketchup Lays, and now you're telling me about cucumber Lays,
Yeah.
dude, that's
Nice.
not right. There's something not right. Just
I
like,
like ketchup.
carrots are not meant to be a cake. Carrots are not meant to be a cake.
I like
And
carrot
I have
cake.
a hard time with this shit.
I like it a lot.
No.
I like
dude.
carrot cake.
No,
I like
no.
ketchup chips.
That's when you know you're not Italian, when you like carrot cake.
Well, I'm not Italian.
Mm.
I like carrot cake. I like
There you
ketchup
go.
chips. I like the Miss Vicky's
Mm.
jalapeno chips, the jalapeno. Those are good.
That's good.
That's not barbecue,
okay.
though.
That's possible.
It's not barbecue.
But it's close. It's close. The Miss Vicky's. You said the key word, Miss Vicky's.
Okay, because you and Miss Vicky have a thing
Hey, oh,
going
wait.
on.
No, but listen to this. Hopefully, since we're talking about chips and whatever, hopefully
And Miss
we'll-
Vicky,
we'll be able-
we got a thing
we'll be able to get-
going on.
we'll a little bag of chips. But I'm going to tell you something. Hopefully, we get some popcorn for like 2021. Because if we get popcorn, you know where it's coming from. Lord Guzzo, hook us up. You know what I'm talking
directly
about.
from the cinemas? That sounds delicious. I love movie
Yeah,
style
man.
popcorn.
It's going to be.
Yum yum.
Listen, man, nobody could promote popcorn better than our show, especially if we're all like in studio at some point in 2021. Think about
that
it, guys.
song. Pass
We
the
haven't
what?
been in
Pass
studio.
the popcorn. Pass the what? Pass the popcorn. Nobody? The Roots.
What the hell is that?
Sorry.
Eminem's new song for 257?
I think that was off Illadelph Half-Life. Tremendous album if you're a hip-hop head. You know about the Roots, baby. AJ, you ever seen the Roots perform? AJ, you know about the Roots?
I remember the movie.
You know
but
Black
I'm going to tell
Thought?
you something.
You know Questlove? You know who Questlove is? You don't know
Porn?
Questlove? Fred, you know Questlove, right?
What is it?
You don't know Questlove?
I
If
know-
I say Questlove,
I know
you
the
guys
group,
don't know?
the Roots,
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't listen to hip-hop
Questlove, the
anymore,
guy,
man.
huge
you're
afro
alone.
drummer.
You're alone on that island.
Really?
You're alone.
Jason, you're right.
What did Jason say? This
What?
one is
What are
for
you guys
AJ.
talking about?
Panettone with fruit tastes like shit. It's vanilla, almond, or chocolate, and that's it. I don't even know.
He's absolutely right. Jason knows, man.
I
He's
never
right.
had Panettone. I'm not a Panettone guy. I don't even.
What?
You know you're not
well,
Italian
I'm gonna
when
get
you don't.
Panettone.
You know what else I don't like, AJ, that you'll probably get mad at? Because most Italians seem to get mad at me when I say this. I really don't like brio. I find it disgusting. You ever have that? I
And
don't
you
like
can
the
have
flavor.
cucumber chips?
Terrible. Terrible flavor.
Come on, guys.
I don't know. Not for me.
Whoa,
I also
whoa,
don't
whoa,
like
whoa,
fennel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't like fennel at all. I think it's gross.
Unbelievable.
Sorry.
It's all right.
But I love
It's okay. Everybody can have their
spaghetti
flavors.
and pizza.
So since we're, you know what I found the other day? Some
Huh.
pasta named spaghettoni, and then I went on the internet to look what it was. No, but it's true, and it's like a bigger spaghetti. You know, like they got the spaghettini,
Yeah.
and then they got spaghetti.
Spaghettoni.
Well, spaghettoni's even, it's bigger. So try it, man. It was very good.
Oh, it's rigatoni alla Polly. Or since you're having it, it should be rigatoni alla Tony. Sopranos.
Or Chef Boyardee. Did you know that
Pauly.
Chef Boyardee was an actual chef?
Yeah.
He was a real Italian chef back in the days. Like, everybody makes fun of the guy, but I mean, I wouldn't eat out of his can now. But back in the days, I'm sure he was pretty good.
I saw that
Chef
they have
Boyardee.
Cheetos. Cheetos is making like macaroni and cheese, but it's like hot, spicy macaroni and cheese.
dude.
Looks crazy.
That's just
Okay,
so wrong. man.
Who's your
That's so
fighter of the
wrong.
year in MMA in 2020?
Talking about cheesy. Fighter of the year. I thought the mess up of the year.
Matt, I didn't
Wow,
say
that's a
that.
tough one,
I
Dave.
clearly said fighter of the year. You know, we should talk about it. We should talk about some MMA at some point because we promised that we would. Even though this is our New Year's Eve super fiesta party, so it's like MMA, but also, you know, whatever AJ fucking does.
Well, actually,
so
listen. Actually,
what?
you know what? It's a
I
tame
wanted to get
version
to
because if
something.
we were in, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say that if we were in studio and this was our New Year's Eve show, back in, let me remember. Oh my God, it's an anniversary. This is AJ's most happiest moment, AJ's career. The one where a lot of people would have made money if they listened to me back in 2016, December 30th.
here we go.
Amanda Nunes defeats Ronda Rousey, and AJ was right on air. I'll never forget. This day is like it's marked in my calendar, so I had
Didn't
to
a lot
bring
of
it up
people
at some point. I
predict that,
figured
though?
out.
No.
No. We were all on.
'Cause that
we were
was
at
her
TSN
second
Studios
loss.
talking.
Like if you're talking about the
but
Holly Holm loss, okay, but I think people expect it.
Yeah.
No. I called them both, man.
No,
I called them both.
Okay, AJ.
What was
But
it?
it's okay.
Was it Barry
Congratulations.
Horowitz that would go like tap his own back? That should be AJ's move.
Yeah, he should.
Tap out.
Exactly. Exactly. The congratulatory self pat on the back. AJ should give that to himself because just like Barry Horowitz, AJ, you are #1 jabroni.
Hey, man. Who else
Oh,
was called the
shit.
jabroni this week?
I
Oh, it
don't
was
know.
Ben Askren that called Paul Logan, or no, Jake Logan, a jabroni.
Jake
Jabroni
Paul.
is the
Jake Logan.
Jake Paul. That's what I said.
I gotta be back,
Logan.
guys. Sorry.
What? Where's Fred
Jake.
going? Fred's
I don't
gone.
know. Fred decided to leave the show.
I
This
think
is what you
Fred's
don't get
getting
on.
Fred's getting the SQDC delivery.
Oh,
now.
is that the delivery
Yeah,
he
he's
was talking
getting a
about?
bag
So
of weed.
like so to all our listeners, just to let you know, Fred did give us a pre-notice to say that at one point on the show he's going to walk out. It's not that he's quitting, not that he didn't get his Christmas check from Dave or anything like that. He's going to get something really important for his health issues. So he just stepped away. You don't see this shit on the Rogan show. You can only see it on Ringside Report.
Fred just went because
Can I leave too to go get my Italian shirt? Dave, I can't hear you.
to get
J'attends
weed.
pas,
The
see.
government brings it to us. Nice, Freddy.
Look at that.
Don't. Your address is on that, Fred. Don't. People could zoom in.
Sorry.
Silly goose.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? the
What?
UFC is on the verge of legalizing cannabis for athletes. So in 2021, we're gonna see that taken out
Yeah,
of the.
good.
You know what? No,
It's
it's gonna
legal in
happen. I
most
think.
places. I thought that this should have happened a long time ago. In general, any professional sports that's still drug testing for weed, it's like, come on, man. Really? The whole country of Canada's had it legalized for how long now? 2 years? You know, it feels like so
Yeah.
passé that weed is illegal in places. I won't travel anywhere where they don't have weed. I think it's ridiculous.
Listen, I don't know if this is like maybe Jason can answer this, but I wonder if it's legal in Mexico. Like I know that there's a lot of weed there, but is it legal? I mean,
don't know.
is that? I mean, that's the thing. But I think in 2021, Dana White is going to announce that
What's that, pre-roll?
weed. What?
Yeah,
What is that?
wanted to try it. Sensi Star.
What is that?
Oh.
A Cheech and Chong, like,
I was
okay.
trying to fill up my
Jamaican
my
bat?
order at the end.
Nice. What's that?
Limelight.
Oh, that's good. Edison always makes good weed. I had this new
told
Edison
you.
weed, Fred. I had this new
Edison.
kind called the General.
General.
Yo,
I
you
just
got
got it.
some. It's good, man. It's nice. I like it.
You're
I
talking
wanted
the
to
guy
get that Ghost
Edison
Train
light
Haze.
bulb?
I did my cart yesterday, and then today I go to buy it, and they were out of it, man.
Damn.
The Ghost Train Haze was very good, man.
I recommend Royal Highness. You ever had Royal Highness? It's like $20 a 3.5, and it's tremendous hybrid.
Where's
What's
my
that?
bike? Never
What's
tried
that?
that one.
I'm sure
Where's
Prince
my
Andrew's had.
Where's my
but
bike?
That's
a
what it's
good
called.
weed name.
That's
Yo,
Pee Wee
fighter of the
Herman.
year.
Where's my bike?
All right, let's stop talking about weed. Let's do fighter of the year. My fighter of
Oh,
the
yeah.
year.
Oh,
Drum
let's
roll.
hear this. Drum roll.
I think it's either between Israel Adesanya or Davison Figueiredo. Davison had three
That's
wins.
a good one.
3 wins and a draw in 2020. Israel had 2 wins. But I feel like, Israel, the competition, the Yoel Romero fight was kind of, not great. But he did beat Yoel Romero, and Yoel was nowhere in that fight. It was obviously one-sided, just not a great fight. But then the beating of Paulo Costa was so damn impressive. Paulo Costa undefeated up until that point. I feel like Israel, he didn't have the volume of victories like Davison, but his wins, especially that win over Costa, was just so impressive. 2 defenses of the middleweight championship. A lot of people are giving Davison Figueiredo their fighter of the year, but I feel like it's Israel Adesanya. He's undefeated, 2 defenses of his belt. Davison, he won 3 times in 2020. 2 of those were against the same guy, and the reason why he had to fight Benavidez twice was because he missed weight the first time. Like, he looked super impressive in his fight against Alex Perez, but, like, who is Alex Perez? So, he looked good against Brandon Moreno, but he didn't look as good as Israel Adesanya did against Paulo Costa. So, I would put Israel Adesanya as my fighter of the year. I'd also give a shout-out to Khabib Nurmagomedov because I don't think anybody looked better this year than Khabib as far as skill-wise, performance-wise, domination. Khabib only fought once this year, so that's why he's kind of, hard to give him fighter of the year. But I didn't see a more dominant, impressive performance than what Khabib did to Justin Gaethje this year. I'd say that was performance of the year. Just the smoothness, the ability to just completely decimate Justin Gaethje. And Gaethje's good. Khabib just smoked that guy. The triangle choke in the second round. Gaethje had nothing for him. And Khabib was just so good. But I got to give Israel Adesanya my fighter of the year because he won twice. That Paulo Costa win was super impressive. Middleweight champion, still undefeated. And now he's moving up in 2021 to fight for the light heavyweight title. I love Israel Adesanya. I'm a big fan. I want to see what he does next. The guy's... I don't think he's ever been more impressive than he was in that Paulo Costa fight. I feel like he keeps getting better. That Yoel Romero fight, kind of a blip, but he still won and he dominated. So my fighter of the year is Israel Adesanya. We're not giving an official Ringside Report fighter of the year. You guys can all give your picks, agree, disagree, whatever. I just want to have a discussion and kind of talk about it because, who cares? Fighter of the year. We're not giving a belt or a cash prize. We're just talking about it.
Well, we should.
Well, we don't have cash prizes to give. Fred, go ahead. What do you think?
Well,
Israel's a good choice. Like, if you're gonna choose amongst the champions who's been like impressive. I guess Israel is the guy that put his name out there the most, and Figueiredo. But I don't know. Fighter of the year, like I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland. 5 wins, 5-0. Put his name out there.
Exactly.
Might not have won any championships or anything, but
Damn.
I mean 5-0.
5.
That's a hard one to like. I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland, but it depends of your criteria. If it's about like championships and being impressive, it's either Figueiredo and Adesanya. But being 5-0, I don't care who you beat, especially with four wins since August. So.
And 4 of those 5 by knockout. And the last one, when he beat Jacare, was one of the most impressive performances of the year. Knocking out Jacare from his back. Kevin Holland was on his back, had Jacare in his guard, and he knocked him out. Yeah, Kevin Holland is a good pick, Fred. I like that. See, that's why it's a discussion. Like, Fred's pick. That's a solid pick. AJ, what do you think?
In fact, you know what? I was surprised that Freddie was going to go with Kevin Holland. I'm like, I'm going to be the only one going with Kevin Holland on this one for Fighter of the Year, or Youngest Fighter of the Year. And I totally agree with Freddie. I mean, here's a guy that's come into 2020, and he's fought in May. He's fought in August, September, October, and December. I mean, this guy's got more fights in 5 months than some guys have had like in 5 or even 10 years. It's not a joke. When you look at a lot of guys, you look at like Leon Edwards, he hasn't fought once in 2020. And I'm totally on the Kevin Holland bandwagon. This guy is impressive. And he's got 5 wins, and he's ready to fight in January. He's ready to be thrown in to take over Khamzat's place. And you know what? That might happen. But I do agree with one thing, Fred, Dave, in fact, with Khabib. Khabib is ranked number 1, pound for pound. He is the greatest fighter in the world. 29-0 record. The way he dismantled Justin Gaethje was unbelievable. After what he did to Ferguson, you can't deny it, man. Khabib is like, he's the real deal. Is he the real deal enough to fight GSP, who was like, said something today like, we don't know where George is going. But I've seen this guy doing handstands in the last couple of days, and he is fit as a fiddle. The thing is that I think Kevin Holland deserves Fighter of the Year. He's the future. He's a future contender. There's no doubt about it. But you can't take it away from Khabib.
GSP made an announcement today. He's joining a new team. You know what the team is?
No.
I'll show you.
What? Are you joking?
Budweiser.
What the hell is that? What?
New year, new brew. Team 0, Budweiser.
What the hell, man? Well, actually, you know what? He did join a new team. He joined the team with us with Bet99. So if anybody wants to know who's on Bet99, it's George St-Pierre and Ringside Report. Maybe right. Budweiser is going to start sponsoring like us because we really drink Budweiser. I don't think George drinks Budweiser.
I do not drink Budweiser. Sorry.
I do.
Neither do I.
I don't drink beer at all.
Come on. It's a good thing I do, man. What?
I do not like beer. I have not had a beer in years.
Damn it.
I have not had a sip of beer in many years. I do not like it.
Wow.
Beer is overrated.
Yeah, I really don't like it. I know a lot of people love it, guys. And I'm sure, look, Fred, you and I are in the minority. Most guys, especially most people watching MMA, they're beer drinkers. But you and I, like, we don't drink beer. We don't like beer. We're not beer guys. There are a lot of beer guys out there. Freddie and I are not beer guys. We're weed guys. We like to smoke.
Oh, but you know what? Listen, that's cool. That's cool. There's like everything for everyone. Since I like Budweiser, and hopefully Budweiser is listening to this, and we'll be more than glad to sponsor Budweiser on our show, and I'll get these 2 guys to drink.
Oh, look, if they pay me enough, I'll fake drink it.
Yeah, if they pay me enough, I'll start
fake drinking it.
If they pay me enough, I'll become an alcoholic. I mean, let's be honest. If they give me that GSP money, I'll become a full-on drunk on the air. Why not?
But that's what I'm trying to say is I'm going to challenge George to the Budweiser drinking contest because I can assure you he does not drink Budweiser. He probably drinks Le Fin du Monde and things like that, which is excellent beer, by the way. Quebec brewed. It's awesome. But Budweiser, je pense pas, là. Je pense pas du tout.
My dad had just texted me a picture of him with a Budweiser 0 can. He's already on the team drinking GSP's beer for some reason. What the hell's going on? My God.
George knows, man.
He knows.
So you know what that means?
That
means he's going to fight.
What's the point of a non-alcoholic beer? I don't get it.
Is it non-alcoholic?
Yeah, it's 0.
Yeah.
No, it's like 0 calories or something, isn't it?
What's 0 calories? 0.0 alcohol level.
I know they got.
Content.
No. 0 alcohol. Ew.
It's,
Why?
it's like drinking water with like
50
a little bit of food
calories.
coloring in there.
Yeah, why does my dad even have this? Did he get it for free? What? Non-alcoholic beer? Why? What is the point of that? I mean,
Your dad
beer
actually
You want him
is
drunk
so-
on the job?
Beer is so disgusting. It tastes so bad. Why the
No,
hell
no,
wouldn't you?
Dave.
Would you
No,
drink
no.
it for pleasure? Ugh. I
Budweiser,
really
if
like.
you're listening,
I
Dave is
hate
just
the
joking.
taste of beer. I am not joking. I am shooting right
No,
now.
no, he's joking.
I hate the taste of beer. I hate the taste of all
Dave,
alcohol.
don't-
I really do.
We're gonna
I
lose.
hate it.
We're gonna lose all our
I
sponsorships
think it's
with
all
the booze.
gross.
Proper 12.
I think it tastes bad. All alcohol is gross
Whoa,
to
whoa,
me.
whoa, whoa.
I much
Hold
rather
on a
drink
second.
Coca-Cola or coffee or
Coach,
juice,
Coach, let me in.
orange juice
let
or
me in.
something. You know what I
Coach,
do
let
like
me in.
though? I do like a Bloody Caesar. That's good.
Oh my God.
Oh, my dad did get it for free. That's why he's got it. Boom. He got it for free at the grocery store. They were giving him out for free. That's why he has it. There we go.
Because of George. That's because George is representing. That's why everybody's
Here you
getting it
go.
for
I'm
free.
giving you free beer.
Thanks to George St-Pierre.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something, Dave. You did have something that you liked. When Wally came in from Ireland and we did the 400th wrestling show episode, remember what he brought? He brought
Proper
the
12.
proper 12, and we had proper 12 with Alto Pizza, and it was awesome. Honestly,
pizza was good.
proper 12, the pizza was amazing. Proper 12 was really good. I want to get another bottle of proper 12.
Nothing like harsh, burning, bitter whiskey to really quench your thirst. But
It was really good, man. It
I
was
like
a good night.
Gatorade. I like Cherry Coke. I like Coca-Cola.
Coke.
Coca-Cola is really my favorite, but beer is like, or whiskey or anything like that, I don't like it. I will probably drink
Green
a little
tea.
champagne on New Year's Eve though, and that's pretty much it. I'll drink a little champagne New Year's Eve, and that's it. I like champagne, but like good champagne, you know. I got a little mini bottle of Moet
No
tomorrow
baby
that we're
duck
gonna
there.
drink. No, I drink a
You
little
probably
Moet.
like the baby duck.
I don't know what that
Oh,
is.
You don't know baby
Anyways,
duck?
I don't drink.
Is it
Fred
still
doesn't
around?
drink. AJ drinks that licorice flavored stuff, don't you? What do you drink?
Oh yeah, I like sambuca. I
Sambuca?
love, and sambuca's
no.
Really
You
good.
light it
know
up
what?
before,
This
or-
summer- Yes, I do like lighting it up, and I throw in a coffee bean inside. I do it the real way, man. AJ don't fool around. I do it like but I do it kind of like John Jones and Conor McGregor in Russia style. But I'm gonna tell you something. I just saw a comment, and I saw Antoinette got proper 12.
You do
How
Coke?
come we don't have proper
You doing
12 in
Coke?
Quebec? Coke and Sambuca.
Antoinette
Flambe
dropping the.
Sambuca.
Oh, she's got the cool Dave emoji because Antoinette is a member of the team. Thank you, Antoinette. Oh, Jason
Yeah.
says weed is not legal in Mexico. It's about to become
Oh,
legal this year.
What do you know?
I guess
geez, it's
2021.
gonna get crazy then.
It'll become legal. And Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat. He says, a little bit of the bubbly for me, which I like. A little bit of the bubbly.
to go,
I like that
Pat.
too. I like champagne. And of course, tonight, AEW is doing the Brodie Lee tribute show, which I'll be watching later on. Horrible news to end the year. The Brodie Lee passing away, just 41 years of age. Just terrible. What a terrible
sad.
year. So many terrible things happened this year, and that was just another one of them. Just awful. Just
Did Johnny
awful.
ever wrestle? Did Johnny ever wrestle Brody Lee?
I don't think so.
Because I saw the Green Phantom did.
Yes, I think he did, yeah. Anyways, fight of the year, boys. Fight of the year. We'll talk about Pro Wrestling Friday night, 10 o'clock here. Johnny and I will talk about Brodie Lee at length. We'll talk about the AEW tribute show. We'll talk about everything going on Raw and SmackDown and WWE, AEW, everything happening coming up Friday night. The first show of 2021 for the Ringside Report Network will be Friday night at 10 p.m. And, we'll be on the countdown to the Royal Rumble, 31st of January. Fight of the year for me, guys, has got to be Zhang Wei Li versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That fight
Wow,
was
Dave, you stole it from me again.
ridiculous.
Damn it.
Well, that's kind of the obvious pick, I think. I think there were some really good fights this year, but that Joanna Zhang Wei Li fight was incredible. I thought the Tony Ferguson Justin Gaethje fight was also very good. we've seen some big fights this year, some really good fights. What was it? Dan Hooker and
Dan Hooker. Who did he fight? He fought
Dan Hooker versus
Poirier?
Dustin Poirier, June
Poirier.
27th,
Yeah,
UFC Vegas.
that was crazy.
Crazy fight.
That was a crazy fight.
But I feel like Zhang
That
Wei
could have
Li,
been fight of the year.
yeah, it could have been. But I feel Zhang Wei Li, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, UFC 248 back in March. Goes 5 rounds. Zhang Wei Li wins a split decision. Incredible fight. Fight of the night at UFC 248. And for me, it was the fight of the year. And, despite the fact that they had no fans, the UFC fighters, they fought their hearts out this year. And we had some incredible fights in empty arenas.
Oh, yeah.
The UFC brought it. And I know Dana's taking a lot of heat because he's like, well, the media said we couldn't do it, and Dana's like attacking the media and talking about how great he is, and it's like, I get it. But at the same time, the UFC did push through the pandemic. They did continue to bring MMA fights on a weekly basis, and we had some incredible fights, so you got to give it up to the fighters for bringing it in weird circumstances. The fighters didn't miss a beat, and yeah, we had some really, really good fights and a lot of contenders for fight of the year. But for me, it was Zhang Wei Li and Joanna.
I agree with you on that, and I agree with you on the Dan Hooker against Poirier. But I'm looking at a fight like Ferguson against Gaethje, and man, that was ridiculous. I mean, that was, to some people that could be fight of the year as well. Even though Ferguson, he was standing on no legs at one point. I mean, 2020 produced some amazing fights. And those amazing fights, if they had fans in the stands, I mean, it would have been insane. But in the end, I think fight of the year is really Dana White. Man, he brought it out. Like you said, while every other sport was closed down in March, you know what I mean? Dana White fought everybody. And I think he deserves fighter of the year.
We love you, Dana, man.
He did it. We love you, man. And he pulled it off. Because if it wasn't for that, us three would have been getting fatter at home doing nothing.
Can I say, guys,
sports.
I've not gained any weight during the pandemic. I was on a scale the other day. I was on a scale, and I was like, oh, I'm exactly the same weight I was before the pandemic. I'm doing fine. I'm lean and mean. I've been doing jiu-jitsu every week. I did jiu-jitsu on Christmas Eve, and tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Guess what? Putting the mats down, and I'm going to start rolling. And in 2021, I'm investing in serious mats, thick wrestling mats. It's going to cost me $1,000, and I'm ready to go.
What?
Yeah, man. I want to get serious, wrestling mats, thick, gushy, so you can slam somebody.
Zebra.
Dude, I'm buying that shit for my living room because we're going all out. Because gyms aren't open, nothing's happening. I don't want, I already have decent puzzle mats, but I want something thicker, better. So I've been
I'm jealous, man.
Staying in shape, man. Doing jiu-jitsu every week. Haven't missed a week.
At least,
even Christmas.
Listen, man. Look, and that's what I'm getting at. At least I had something to live for because Dana White put out those fights for 2020, and it kept us entertained while every other sport was doing jack shit. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't do much. And when they finally did things, they had to resort to Dana White and find out, how do you do it, and how can we do it properly? You know what? Dana White was a front runner for a lot of stuff in 2020. And, as far as, going up to the podium with the president and talking. I mean, think about it, man. The UFC 2020 was a really big year. It was in everybody's news at some point.
Yeah,
if it wasn't Conor,
Dana has never taken more heat from more top fighters than he did in 2020. But by the end of the year, everybody's back in the fight.
I mean, did he really? I mean, it happens every year, man. One year it's George, the other year it's Randy Couture, it's Tito Ortiz. Everybody ends up being mad at Dana. That's nothing new, man.
Well, Conor and John Jones and Masvidal, a lot of guys were beefing with the UFC this year.
Maybe.
A lot of top guys, But, they made it through. They made it through, and they're still producing great fights. So, and Fred, I've got great news for you, okay? No, I got to give Fred the news, okay? I can't wait any longer.
What?
Fred, I have fantastic news for you about what the UFC is doing in January, okay? I don't know if you know this, but the Max Holloway-Calvin Kattar fight on January 16th will be on Fight Island, and the start time for the card is 12 p.m. Eastern, noon.
Great.
Noon on a Saturday. And
What?
UFC Fight Night on January 20th on a Wednesday. It was supposed
Fight
to be
afternoon?
fight morning, 9 a.m. start
Even
time.
better.
There you go.
Even
Look
better.
how happy Fred is. This is news that makes Fred smile more than any other MMA fan on the
Coffee.
planet. Exactly.
Tea.
Coffee and fights. There's nothing Freddie likes better than waking up early in the morning and getting his UFC going, because Fred does not like
With
staying
bacon
up
and
late.
eggs.
If there's one thing you know about Fred is he does not like staying up late. If there's a fight card that starts at 10 p.m., Fred is going to stay up and watch it because he's a fight fan, but he's not happy about it. He's doing it under protest. 9 a.m. start time. If every UFC started at 9 a.m., Fred would be a very happy boy. Very happy.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, probably Freddie, but everybody else would be like, "What the hell, man?"
9
there's
a.m.
nothing
on
better
a
than
Wednesday.
what-
9 a.m.
I
on a
need to move to the
Wednesday.
West Coast.
Most people
like that, I would
work,
win
man,
3
at 9 a.m.
hours.
That's true. What, AJ?
Most people are working at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know what? No one makes money on a 9 a.m. card. Maybe ESPN and whatnot, but other than that, I mean, if things were on a normal situation, I mean, bars and restaurants and all that, this is their bread.
You know it's not
their
9
breadwinner
a.m.
is
everywhere.
UFC fights.
Yeah, it's not 9 a.m.
What?
everywhere.
The price is right?
Huh? Well, no, I think it's more prime time for, Abu Dhabi and the people there. And maybe
cares,
in
man?
European markets and stuff like that. Khamzat was supposed to fight Leon Edwards on that card. Of course, Khamzat has COVID. He's still experiencing symptoms. His lungs aren't at full capacity, so he's not going to be fighting January 20th against Leon Edwards. Edwards has
Sucks.
called out Jorge Masvidal, which would be pretty cool. Imagine watching Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards at like 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. That's good stuff. Fred's into that.
No, man, it sucks because
It
I'll be
won't happen,
working.
though.
But
It might.
But it won't happen.
It might.
Masvidal's a pay-per-view guy. He's not going to be fighting.
Probably.
look,
I've heard
I'm telling you,
it might
who's
be
gonna
Michael Chiesa.
Leon Edwards. No, it's going to be a Neil Magny or it's going to probably be Kevin Holland, man. I'm telling you, this Kevin Holland's
No.
going to start right away,
It's going to
2021.
be
Boom.
Michael Chiesa or Vicente Luque. It's going to be those two guys. That's who's going to fight Leon Edwards.
Boring.
That's the word.
Well, no, Vicente Luque is not bad. It'll be good. It should
Edwards
be good,
already
but
beat him.
I'd rather see a
obviously.
Kevin Holland.
Yeah, well, Kevin Holland, I don't understand. Kevin Holland's a middleweight. Leon
Yeah,
Edwards
exactly.
is a welterweight. So what do they do there? Is Holland willing to drop down to 170? Does he want Edwards to fight him at 185? Like, what's the deal there? Like, Kevin Holland jumping in wanting to fight is all well and good, but does he realize he's not in the same weight division? It's kind of weird.
Listen, man, Kevin Holland is that type of guy that's going to be one of those guys going for like 2 division belts and all that kind of stuff. This guy is he wants
Or
to
maybe
fight
he's the
everybody,
type of
and I'm
guy
telling
that's
you.
like, yeah, fight me at 185. Yeah, I'll fight, but at 185.
Yeah, little man, fight me at 185.
Maybe Kevin Holland's just the type of guy to pick on guys that are smaller than him. I don't know. Maybe that's the type of guy he is. I'm not sure. Okay. Anthony Pettis signed with the PFL. Anybody surprised? He picked up a win in his last UFC fight, and he decided to make a move, and he's going to the PFL.
Not a good move, man.
No?
Not a good move. Come on. No, man, he won his last fight. It was a really good fight. It was exciting. And you know what? I understand that he wants to be on on pay-per-view cards and he wants to be on the main cards of the bigger events. But you know what?
You won't get
when
that
you look
at
at
PFL.
fight nights, no, but you won't get that at PFL. And you know what? On fight nights on the UFC, I mean, it's free. Everybody's watching you. I mean, I find the fight night cards of the UFC in 2020 have been awesome. And a lot of people see you. And you know what? If I was a fighter, I think, you know what? I want to be on a UFC.
Money.
He wanted
fight
out
night
of the
card because-
UFC, I'm pretty sure.
He wanted
I
out
know
of the
he
UFC. It's all about the money,
But he-
man. It's all about the money.
But
Right
he
now,
has
Anthony Pettis,
but he has no distaste.
he's not going to make $1 million in the UFC. He's on a prelim.
He ain't gonna get it.
He's and if he
But he's
goes
not
to the
gonna get it in the
PFL,
PFL.
he could win the tournament and get $1 million. You're telling me
You gotta
Anthony
win
Pettis,
the tournament.
So you don't think he's capable of winning the tournament? Anthony Pettis is still one of the best lightweights in the world. He's still top 10, top 15.
Absolutely. But how many fights do you need to get to the winning podium? Like, is it 4 fights, I think? 5 fights?
So
You don't think about it.
So who's he got to beat? Who does he really have to beat? They've got to beat
Look,
Anthony Pettis
if you-
now. Come on now.
Look, It's
Dave's
not
right.
the same.
He's number one.
Yeah, I
He's the
understand.
number one contender.
If you could be a big fish in a small pond, make $1 million, why not do it? UFC's
Look,
not going
he
to
didn't
give you that
wa-
$1 million.
He didn't want to be back in the UFC, so in the end, PFL probably made the best offer. Like, I would expect Bellator probably had some interest because I mean Anthony Pettis is still a star, but in the end, if he's comfortable with the decision he made, good for him, man. And I wish him luck. He's a fun fighter to watch. And instead of being fed to the lions in the UFC, because let's be honest, like maybe he could still be top of the line, but in recent years, you know, he's been on and off. Now that was his second win in a row, but in recent years he's had a lot of losses. Maybe send him to PFL where he's not being fed to a young lion every time he comes out. You know,
Exactly. So that's where Pettis is going.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. A lot of guys are moving away from the UFC. I saw Yoel Romero sign with Bellator. People are moving away from the UFC, you know, guys that were stars, that are stars in MMA, that aren't necessarily championship level anymore. I think it makes sense for them to go out there, get paid, and capitalize off that star value because they still, you know, are names in the sport. They just may not be fighting for the championship. And in the UFC, that's how you're going to make the big money. It's fighting for the titles, fighting in the main events, but that's not where Pettis is right now at this stage in the game. But he's still a very formidable opponent for any 155-pounder, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about your buddy Jake Paul, AJ. You wanted me to show this clip, right? Jake Paul, this goofy
which
fuck.
one?
Stupid-ass Jake Paul.
No. He's a
Fucking jabroni.
YouTuber who's able to write out a $50 million check, but I want that kind of money. I want Ringside Report to get like Paul money.
Honestly,
That's what I
fight
want.
him.
Logan Paul money.
I'll fight him. I'll fight Jake Paul.
But everybody else wants to.
MMA, though. I don't want to do no bullshit
MMA.
boxing match. MMA.
Well, listen.
I want to get
the
a
guy's
chance
done
to...
some wrestling in
Yeah,
in
so what?
college.
So what? So what? Can he do jiu-jitsu? What's his ground and pound game like? See what's up.
That I'm not sure, man.
I'm just saying I'll take the money. I might not beat him, but, like, I'll fight him. I'll fight him for money. You want to watch his stupid video where he's making fun of MMA fighters? Like Nate Diaz, I guess. We'll watch that. We'll watch that, okay?
Wait.
AJ, we'll watch that, which he put out on December 23rd, and then we'll watch a video from Ben Askren, who accepted a fight with him, who is yet to hear from him, and Ben Askren's video is from, like, yesterday, because he still hasn't heard from Jake Paul, because Jake Paul talks a lot, but he's actually scared. He's number one bullshit, Jake Paul. So let's hear from YouTuber Jake Paul and his shitty comedy act, okay? Here's jabroni Jake Paul. Let's hear from this idiot.
Oh, Nick, who the fuck is this little Jake Paul kid? Little blind bitch. I just Stockholm set the shit out of him. Little punk.
Bro, he FaceTimed my girl. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to fight him because I'm only good at jujitsu and shit. Like, I'm blaming my knee injury because I'm fucking...
Dylan Dennis, is that you?
Oh, you want a picture?
Chill. Michael Bisping here, and Jake Paul, I'm watching you, you cunt.
You guys want a picture?
What do you think of Jake Paul versus Conor
Bro,
McGregor?
I think he should fight a man in Nunes. I mean, I have a small penis and I suck Conor McGregor's dick all day long.
Oh, Conor! Who the fuck is that guy? I wipe my ass with 50 million, Dana. Fool!
Ben Askren, is it true that you play Napoleon in Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes. I'm focused more on my gambling addiction right now versus the Jake Paul fight. Let's talk about Trump.
I'm getting out of the fight business, so I'm telling you, the whiskey is where it's at. Fuck this little blonde kid.
You got knocked out in 5 seconds by Jorge Masvidal. Do you last longer in a fight or longer in bed?
In bed.
He called my wife a four, but he can hold all 4 of my nutsacks.
Ugh.
Oh, Nick, who the...
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
That was funny, man.
You think that's funny?
Yeah,
You think
that was
that's
funny,
funny?
man. And he did the accent so well, man. That's fucking funny.
He's an idiot.
Oh man, dude, that was funny.
It's not funny.
That was funny, man.
He's not funny.
I found it really funny.
I
that
find
was
him
funny, dude.
Dumb.
And you know what?
I think he's dumb, and I really hope that 2021 is the year where we see these guys fucking shut up and get the shit kicked out of them. Either I do it, or Conor McGregor does it, or Ben Askren does it. Somebody's got to beat the shit out of these fucking idiots, all right? They're disrespecting real fighters and real fight sports. They're fucking clowns, and they're gonna get got, all right? You talk shit like that, you get got. That's the way of the fucking street, bitch, all right? Don't talk shit. You're gonna get fucking got.
You're gonna get Kimbo sliced.
Fucking.
Listen, let's see what
All right,
happened with
now
the Ben
let's hear
Askren.
from
I'm
Ben
curious.
Askren,
So let
okay?
me give you
Let's hear from Ben Askren, who's a real bad motherfucker. This is 4 or 5 days after Jake Paul put out his video. Askren's like, where you at, Jake Paul? Where you at? Because I'm ready to fight. And Askren doesn't seem like he thinks Jake Paul's going to show up.
So let me give you a little recap of this situation. I'm retired, coaching wrestling, doing some podcasts, buying some Bitcoin, enjoying life. I don't really want to fight anybody. So in November, this jabroni, Jake Paul, calls me out, puts up a poster with my name. Haha. It's kind of funny. Whatever, right? No big deal. Well, then a couple weeks later, get a couple texts. Then a week after that, I get some calls. I get an offer. Okay, this guy really wants to fight.
Yeah.
Am I opposed to making some easy money, beating up a YouTuber? Of course I'm not. Right? So what do? Sure, Jacob, I'll fight you. No problem. I accept publicly.
Easy.
On Twitter. Nonetheless. Since then, Jacob's went silent. Jacob's kind of a coward. Sorry, guys. Don't think the fight's happening.
Jacob is a coward. Jacob is afraid of Ben Askren because Ben Askren is a real fighter, and even though Ben Askren's forte was not his boxing, even though he's a wrestler, I still think Ben Askren would fuck Jake Paul up in a boxing match because Ben Askren has had to make a living as an MMA world champion, something Jake Paul, on his best day, could never come close to doing. Like, Jake Paul, put him in a fucking octagon or squared circle or whatever circle cage Bellator has with Douglas Lima and see if he comes out alive. Okay? Ben Askren, beat that man.
Yeah,
Douglas
but he's
Lima.
not a boxer.
No, but
I'm just gonna say, look, I'm just gonna say, if you put Nate Robinson and Ben Askren in a decathlon, I'm picking Nate Robinson. I think Nate Robinson is a better athlete than Ben Askren. And Jake Logan Paul, whatever, he knocked out that guy. I'm just saying, man.
He's a basketball
Ben Askren
player.
should win. Yeah, but
Look,
he's a wrestler.
sure.
He's not a boxer.
I know. But neither is Jake Paul.
No,
Jake Paul isn't a boxer either. That's what people are confused about. They think, oh, Jake Paul's this is boxer versus MMA, boxer versus wrestler. No. This is guy who's pretending to be a boxer versus former professional mixed martial arts champion. Now, I get that Ben Askren doesn't have the best hands, but I would think that, it would be enough to beat a guy like Jake Paul. It might not be, but come on. Like, if Jake Paul's serious about Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor would fuck his world up. And this other guy who's fighting Floyd,
would kill him.
Floyd's going to kill this kid. A Diaz brother would kill this kid. Fucking keep talking shit about Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz doesn't give a fuck about money or pay-per-views or any of that shit. Nate Diaz sees you, he's fucking you up on sight. Jake Paul needs to be careful when he talks about guys like the Diaz brothers. Ben Askren, he's a nice guy, he's reasonable. We've seen Nate Diaz and a group of Nate Diaz thugs get into hotel brawls with Khabib Nurmagomedov and Khabib thugs. There are YouTube videos of that shit. Nate Diaz will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. He doesn't give a fuck, and he can actually go. So I would be very careful if I were Jake Paul. I mean, the guy's got balls. You got to give it to him. He's got balls to be talking shit about Nate Diaz like that, but my God, if he ever runs into him, it's not going to be good.
Look, you know what's interesting is that, and I said it way back, we said it in our past shows, and the very first time this guy was fighting on YouTube, and I keep bringing it up, that there was millions of people coming on YouTube paying $20 a pop. Yeah. He filled out an arena of 30,000 people, and I had my nephew saying, one of the best boxers in the world is fighting tonight. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? Tyson Fury? He's not fighting. He's like, oh no, it's this guy named Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whatever. I'm like, who the fuck is that? He's like, oh, he's one of the world's best YouTubers. I'm like, okay, he's not a boxer. He goes, oh yeah, it's a boxer. And then I went on and I started seeing the numbers coming in, and I called Dave and I'm like, Dave, you got to get onto YouTube and see this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And that's the thing. And the thing is that as a YouTuber, as we are, I mean, the guy has enough money to be able to pull this shit. This guy has enough people behind him to promote himself. Even if he fights or doesn't fight, he is raking in like millions of dollars. He was able to show documents that he was willing to put up $50 million cash. Is he willing to fight Ben Askren? I don't think so. Is he like he didn't call out the Diaz brothers like you said, because like any of the Diaz brothers would fight this guy like at a Chuck E. Cheese.
He called out everybody.
And they got to be careful.
This guy's calling out everybody.
Yeah, but he didn't call out the Diaz brothers because he knows he could get fucked up with those guys. But what's interesting is that his first initial fight was supposed to be against Dylan Dennis. And I remember listening to Daniel Cormier, and Cormier was like, you know what? Like, his boxing skills are okay. You know, they're better than Dylan Dennis. And I can see, like, one of the Paul brothers, or I think it was Logan, he'll beat Dylan Dennis. And I'm like, shit, man, if Cormier is saying that, like, maybe. You know, it only feeds to the fuel, and the fire's just going to get bigger.
Whatever, but, like, stop challenging grapplers to boxing matches. How about that? Like,
but you said something right,
I'm not impressed. I don't give a fuck.
But Dave, you said something right.
And the other guy's going to fight Floyd. Like, whatever that is, I want to see that. I want to see the other brother fight Floyd and get knocked unconscious. Like, I want Floyd to hurt that man. He probably won't, but I want to see some blood.
Won't.
I want to see a jaw broken, you know? I want to see a nose rearranged. These little fuckers.
Listen.
Because they're playing with fire. They need to get burned. You can't just keep playing with fire and think, oh, it's okay, you know, because then it sets a bad example for every other dumbass YouTuber that's going to come after them and be like, oh, you know what's a good idea? Challenging MMA fighters. It's not a fucking good idea.
We've seen that. Listen, we've seen that enough. Like, if you look at George St-Pierre, you look at any, like BJ Penn or whoever, like in their personal life, they can go out to a bar or a restaurant. They're getting, like, challenged by all kinds of jabronis, like, all the time. And people don't realize that these guys are making a living out of fighting. They breed, they fucking live, they eat fighting 24/7. That's their life. Do not challenge them. It's like, do not go kiss a cobra.
People don't realize what happens when you fight somebody that's real. You know, people that talk a lot of shit like that, they haven't got beat up. You know, you need to get beat up and humbled enough times to realize, I'm not as badass as I think I am. And real badasses know that they're not as badass as they think they are, you know?
Look, but Franco brought up a point. I just see it right now. And the truth of the matter is that the Paul brothers, all they want is they want people like he says, to fall into that game. And that's all about it, is that they're YouTubers. But eventually they will fight. They fought 2 times. For them to get more money is to actually fight someone who has a name. Like Mayweather, that's going to happen. It's going to bring all kinds of money.
That's actually going to happen. The Mayweather thing is actually going to happen. I wonder what Floyd is going to do to that kid.
Oh, he's gonna make him realize that, you know what, this is like a charity or some kind of like celebrity fight. You know, the thing is that Mayweather's gonna.
What's that, Fred?
I'm more interested in seeing what Floyd's going to do the week before the fight, because before McGregor, he spent the week at the strip club. So what is he going to do? Like, is he going to do an all-nighter at the strip club before? Like, there should be a camera of Floyd leaving the strip club and going straight to the fight after like 24 hours of just like partying. That's what it should be.
If Floyd trains for this fight, it's like embarrassing. You know, like if he actually does a fight camp, it's like, really, Floyd?
I might pay for it.
Like, if Floyd really puts any effort into preparing for this fight, I'll be like, really, Floyd? Why? Like, you know, you could walk in and beat this guy's ass. You're Floyd Mayweather. There's no preparation for this guy. It's a joke.
Fred, you know what's funny? If you look at some of the old Pride FC fighters back in the days, they used and some names, big names that used to party all night.
Chuck Liddell.
Read Chuck Liddell book. And
read Chuck's book.
Read Chuck's book. You're not going to believe it. I mean, these guys were smashed, throwing up and getting into the ring and fighting killers back in the days. I mean, that's the difference of a professional MMA fighter. Yeah, maybe their lifestyle was a little bit crazier back in the late 90s and early 2000s and whatnot, but it's a dangerous game. And you know what?
Well, some guys can do it. Some guys can do it. Some guys can live a party life and still kick ass, and some guys can't. You know, Chuck Liddell could do it, and it worked for him for a time. John Jones can do it. You know, but GSP's not really that type. He's a guy that's more focused. There's a lot. Most guys are focused in the gym, not kind of party animals like a Floyd Mayweather or a John Jones, right? It's not like that for most guys, but some guys can get away with it because they're that much better than the rest of the pack. You know, when you're that much better than everybody else, you don't really have to prepare because, like, why practice? I'm so much better. You know, come game
But-
day,
but
John
Dave,
Jones
I was-
is so much better than everybody else. Why prepare? They suck.
But I was going to say
Compared
is,
to
in the end, you know what? These Paul brothers have done what they needed to do, and they're going to be making a lot of money from this publicity stunt for sure. And the thing is that is it good for the sport? I mean, the UFC has been like trending with Paul and Jake Logan and all this kind of stuff. He's in the news. We're talking about him. Every other MMA show is talking about him, and you got the ESPNs and all Sportsnet and all them talking about Logan brothers in like in a circuit with professional fighters. And I keep going
Wow.
back to like the
It's
first
a
time I saw these
sideshow.
guys on YouTube.
It's a sideshow.
It is a sideshow,
It's a joke, AJ.
but it takes
I
away from-
honestly, I'm done with
I know.
them. I don't want to talk about them anymore.
No,
I want to get
but
to something
listen,
else.
But what I'm saying
What?
is it takes away from real amateur fighters trying to make their way to the game, man. And that's the
doesn't.
thing. But
No, it
it's not
doesn't.
going to change. And in fact, I think 2021, we're going to see a lot more of that shit. A lot more of these guys challenging like MMA fighters or boxers. You know,
Not
you're
if
going to see
Floyd
it. I'm
makes
telling
an
you, it's going to
example
happen.
out of him. Not if Floyd beats
He
the
has
brakes
to.
off of him.
Because God forbid, think about it. What if this guy comes out and says, okay, it's a celebrity match, and then tries to go for the knockout on Mayweather, and that happens? Think about what's going to happen to the sport.
It won't.
I hope not.
It won't.
I
Come on.
hope not, man.
Get it
I hope
together.
not. I am for
okay.
sure, but you know
Let's
what?
see some predictions for 2021, okay? There are
Oof,
betting
that's gonna be
props
tough.
out there. Before I give you the betting props for 2021, I want to tell you about our friends over at Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use that promo code Ringside20 for 20% off your order plus free shipping on all Manscaped products. You want to keep your balls trim, looking good in this festive season. You know, you want your balls smelling good, smelling nice. Get the Lawnmower 3.0. It's now available in Canada, and you can check that out right over at manscaped.com using that promo code Ringside20. Now, there's some betting odds that are out for who will be the champion in the UFC at the end of 2021. Some props. And I want to get to these and get your thoughts. Maybe we could play some bets amongst ourselves here, because I like some of these odds. Let's go with all right, there we go. Look at this. We got odds. Bantamweight champion at the end of 2021. Peter Yan, current champion, plus 300. Aljamain Sterling, plus 350. TJ Dillashaw, plus 450. You got a lot of guys. Davison Figueiredo, plus 1,400. Do you think maybe by the end of 2021 he moves up and fights at 135? I don't think so. I like
he's a
Aljamain
big guy,
Sterling.
Dave.
I like Aljamain Sterling at plus 350 to be the
Yeah, but
champion
that
at
means
the
he
end of
needs to keep
2021.
win it and keep it also.
Yeah. So, why not?
Yeah.
You think over Peter Yan?
Peter Yan's been impressive. I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Well, Aljamain's fighting him
Yeah.
next. I don't know. Featherweight champion, flyweight champion. How about heavyweight champion at the end of 2021? Francis Ngannou is the odds-on favorite to be the heavyweight champion at the end of the year, plus 150. Stipe Miocic, plus 275. I like those odds for Stipe because I think Stipe fights once in 2021 in August against Ngannou, maybe beats him again, and then he's a champion at the end of 2021. John Jones is an outside bet. How about those odds for Cyril Gane? It goes Ngannou,
See that?
Stipe, John Jones. Cyril Gane is the fourth best shot at being heavyweight champion, according to the odds makers, at the end of 2021. So that just shows you what
And
people
we
think
called
about
that.
Cyril. Before he was in the
Well,
UFC, we talked about this guy for sure. And now he's one of the
And
favorites.
He's on the top 5, man. That's
Who's
not a
going to
joke.
be
And
heavyweight
you know what?
champion at the end of the year, next year?
I think Ngannou's going to definitely be the champ. John Jones.
John Jones
You're kidding
won't.
me.
I don't think Jones will get the shot because I
No
think
way.
Stipe and Francis fight in August, and I don't think John Jones fights for the heavyweight championship in 2021. Maybe in December. Maybe.
Why, Dave? I mean, he's been training
Because
like
scheduling
crazy
wise,
to get up.
it's just scheduling wise because Francis and Stipe
So
have
if
to
John
fight
Jones
first.
doesn't fight at all,
I don't
year?
think he does. I don't think he does.
Dude, that's not good. I mean, look, how old is he now? Like, you know what I mean? Time is
John
ticking.
Jones.
Unless we can get Francis and Stipe in the octagon in the first half of 2021, which I don't think is happening, guys. I really don't.
But you know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. John Jones is going to fight, but he's not going to fight for the title. I'm telling you, they're going to put him against someone like Cyril Gane, and that's going to be
That's money.
That'll be the
they're
fight.
not gonna do
now,
that.
you know what? Sure,
That's
why
too
not, man?
dangerous for John
They cannot
Jones.
allow. Why? You don't think you think he doesn't? He has
'Cause
more of a
if you're
chance
gonna
against
put
Stipe.
John
He
Jones-
has more of a chance against Ngannou.
It's not about that. It's about Gunn not being at the level of stardom right now. I feel like if John Jones gonna go to the heavyweight, it's gonna be for a big fight, either a title shot or a very big fight. So I wouldn't. If I'm John Jones, I wouldn't risk it to go fight one of the young lions. Like I'm the guy that's generating this pay-per-view. I'm the guy that's the star here, and I'm gonna make sure the matchup is still favorable in some way. If it's not for if it's for the championship, okay.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a matchup like that at heavyweight, man, that's way too tough for us.
Not enough money behind it either. Cyril's not a big enough star for John Jones to take that risk. I agree with Fred. Light heavyweight champion at the end of 2021, okay? I like this. They have Israel Adesanya as the favorite, plus 175. The current champion, Jan Blachowicz, plus 400. John Jones second at plus 300. I want to go down to my man, Magomed Ankalaev, plus 1,000. I think there's good value in taking Magomed at plus 1,000 to be the champion at the end of 2021. I also like Conor McGregor to be the champion of the lightweight division by the end of 2021. Khabib is giving up the belt. He's staying retired. He gave an interview this week saying, I think the winner of Dustin Conner is going to be the champion. Middleweight champion, interesting, Khamzat Chimaev, plus 1,600. And also welterweight champion, Khamzat Chimaev, plus 650. I think putting a bet on Khamzat to be the champion in either division is pretty good, especially at welterweight. I think Khamzat probably ends the year of 2021 as the UFC welterweight champion.
It's a good bet.
Man, that's a tough one because you got
chances.
Man, listen, you have Gilbert Burns there. You have Colby Covington. I mean, I don't know, man.
Khamzat over everybody.
In welterweight?
Yeah.
Well, let's see
I
him
don't
fight
know.
some
Maybe
real
middleweight.
competition first.
Yeah. I agree with Freddie there.
I mean, he won't be fighting like a bunch of jabronis this year, so.
That's right. He was supposed to fight Leon Edwards, but that's not happening. All right, boys.
And it sucks for Leon, man. It sucks for Leon.
It does. There's no UFC events until January 16th, and we are 3 weeks away from UFC 257, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier. So our next UFC show will be on the 16th in like 2-3 weeks. And then we're going to be...
You're talking about?
No, the next UFC card to watch as UFC fans. It'll be on the 16th, and then they're going hard. It's going to be like Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then the following Saturday. So in the space of 2 weeks, you're going to have 3 weeks, you're going to have 4 UFC shows. So that's going to be fun. So a lot of UFC coming up, but right now still in the UFC break. Nothing till January 16th. We'll be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. for more Ringside Report MMA. Johnny North and I will be back here Friday night at 10 p.m. right after SmackDown for Wrestling Uncensored. A big shout out to Jason Pete, to Antoinette, to Patrick C. Hamilton, the members of the channel. I see you on the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, leave a comment, and when you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications every time we are on. And you can also be seen in the chat. Use the Ringside Report special emojis if you become a member of the channel. So become a member of the Ringside Report Network team. Become part of the team. Help us out. Keep us going. We appreciate it. Big time. Follow Freddie at Freddie MMA on Twitter. Follow AJ on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Bruck. Follow me at Dave Simon MMA on all the things. For Freddie and AJ, I'm Dave. This has been Ringside Report. See you later.
Nice sweater.
Oh, I did that again. We're still on,
Nice,
guys.
I love it. They can see your sweater that I was saying. Look at that nice.
Hold on.
Hey, look at that nice lime green sweater.
We're still streaming. Hold on.
So nice.
I gotta kill.
It's like something out of Sesame Street. Look at that.
Hold on. Somebody's gonna kill.
How handsome that guy is.
Hold on.
Who is that guy?
Here it
he
comes.
looks like Brad Pitt.
Okay, bye.
It's like Brad Pitt.
Show's over.
Brad Pitt Simon.
Show's over.